Are we digging this?
Alright. Scoot this way a little bit.
This might fucking be the best looking background. And it might be it.
This is nice. Alright. Hello, my name is Joey Zelli,
And I'm Reese Elder.
and this is
Two Dudes Do Reviews.
Fucking mosquito. Sorry.
Okay. Well, today in our video, we are going to be reviewing the long requested Avengers Endgame.
Now, I would say spoiler alert, but there's a 1 week rule with all movies. This is standard.
Which
okay?
has been far extended, to remind you.
Okay, yeah.
Endgame came out.
We've been being nice. Okay, we've been nice. We've waited a long time. Okay?
Endgame came out almost a month ago, right?
Yeah.
Maybe a month and a half.
1 second. Keep going.
Oh, okay. So, regardless of how long you all think we should wait to spoil it, go fuck yourself, because we have had plenty of time. You all have had plenty of time to go see the movie. If you were actually going to go see it in theaters, you would have done it by now. So, spoiler ban, that's non-existent at the moment.
Look, I went and saw it at 10:15 in the morning on a Sunday. So if I can do that, there are no excuses. So, going into this, I thought Infinity War was...
Infinity War?
No, we're starting...
Oh, okay, starting from the beginning.
So, I thought Infinity War was really great. I thought the plot was good. I was amazed that they could incorporate so many characters
fluently.
Yeah, seriously.
Not make their stories clash, but make them, instead, over like the past 5-6 movies, all come together and match up perfectly.
And the thing is, I think if
good.
you've never seen a Marvel movie, you could jump into this one, you could watch it, and not be completely lost. You could be able to follow the story with little repercussions.
Yeah,
mosquitoes.
which is good, because like Joey said, you really could just hop into Infinity War and watch it and only be a little confused on just who the characters are. But over time, like, this movie, it didn't just drop all character development either, which was great, because usually when you get to a sequel, Transformers was awful for this. They dropped all character, like, what's that called?
Character development.
Character development. This one still developed each and every one of their characters, and I love it, because you didn't have to watch Guardians of the Galaxy, you didn't have to watch the previous Iron Man, you didn't have to watch the previous Doctor Strange, you could understand it, and I like that. And the cliffhanger at the end was great.
Oh my gosh.
Because the entire through every trailer, through the entire movie, you always think, oh, the good guys are going to win, don't worry, it's going to be last minute, they're going to save the day.
The bad guy won, and it left them in kind of a hopeless position.
I mean...
Lawnmowers.
Oh, you make fucking... It's fine.
The fact that they're able to keep everyone entertained for 3 hours, like, that's no easy task. So,
there wasn't a dull moment. I will give it that. There wasn't.
After Infinity War, I had high expectations, and I was worried they were going to have to wrap it up nice. And, I mean, they kind of had no choice with certain people. You know, their contracts were up. They said they weren't going to do another movie in that role.
So
they did what they had to do.
Which is why it pissed me off, because, spoiler alert, Iron Man does die. Everybody knows this by now.
Yeah. And
you
I
either
kind
seen
of
the
expected
movie
it.
or you saw the memes about it.
As soon as you see he has a kid, I kind of knew, like,
well, yeah, that was,
I don't want them to
that was the big
happen,
giveaway
but
for it.
You know,
which was great, because that means they're setting up the next generation for it, maybe.
Yeah.
It could be Pepper, it could be his daughter, but they're setting up the new Avengers for it. You knew he was going to die, and I thought that the way that they did it was perfect in Endgame, but we'll get to that in a minute.
So, overall, Endgame, it was really good. I'm not going to say it was amazing.
The plot was great.
I don't think it was as good as Infinity War, but I thought it was really good. It wrapped things up nicely, which, like I said, they had to do. And even though I think that time travel just in general, I don't like bugs. Time travel in general, it's kind of a cop-out, you know, because
it really
it's kind of limitless.
That was literally like the weakest, well, not the weakest,
it
but
was
it was a
entertaining.
moderately weak
It was
way out.
entertaining, though. At least
although it did create a massive plot hole, because if you watch the movie and you actually listen to it, they said that each one of the Infinity Stones had to be returned to the exact spot that they took it from, or else that timeline would be completely thrown away. It would be messed up. And if you watch the movie, do you remember the scene where Tony and Ant-Man fail to get the Tesseract And who picks it up? Loki, and then he disappears. So it created a huge plot hole because they were all about, oh, you have to put everything back exactly the same.
Well,
and then he disappeared and took it.
But
Ergo, not putting it back at the exact same time and place.
But the thing is, though, he didn't use that to time travel or anything.
No, he didn't use it to time travel, but he took it away. So
but they didn't they didn't take it out of that moment in time. They didn't take it out of that timeline.
I guess that's true. It did stay in that
and
timeline.
they went back and they took it from
Cap did go back and put them
so
all
that
back in the end, too, anyway. That was another thing that they never addressed. You have to realize that Captain America went back and put every stone back and then stayed in the past. While he was putting every stone back, that means he put the Soul Stone back. And who was the guardian of the Soul Stone? Fucking Red Skull. Which, by the way, was one of the greatest shocks in Infinity War, I thought.
What?
When they're going to get the Soul Stone and all of a sudden you see the dark, shadowy figure roll in and then he takes off the hood and it's fucking Red Skull.
Yeah.
That was really cool because it kind of just left it open where he went. But that means Captain America saw Red Skull. I would have liked to see that in the post-credit scene.
Yeah.
Which they didn't do. There were no post-credit scenes.
But I think
it was kind of
I think that's okay.
It was the ending of an era, to be honest. So there was all the end credit scenes are always hinting towards what's going to happen next.
And you know, they had the clanging from Iron Man 1, which
was a cool little
which
callback.
is one of my top 5 favorite Marvel movies, and it's a lot of people's because it's a fantastic movie.
And it was
really
like
Iron Man's
the
not
start of the MCU.
He's not a fucking Boy Scout in that one, but
he really wasn't. He was so much more badass in the first one, and then a little bit of the second one, and then the third one they just made him a pussy. Kind of made that.
But
it's whatever.
All in all, it was really entertaining. It was a lot funnier than I thought it would be.
I was expecting it to be a very serious with some really hardcore action battles in it, which it did have. But
Dad joke Hulk was probably the funniest thing in the
Professor
entire
Hulk was
movie.
amazingly well done. And I kind of liked Fat Thor, too.
A lot of people didn't like Fat Thor, and I think
it's because they didn't get to go and stare at Chris Hemsworth absolutely diesel body.
Which I enjoy.
Everybody went, they're like, I can't wait to see him. He's going to be so ripped in this movie. And then he came back and he was like, what's up, guys? And he was fat. And it was kind of funny. The fact they had
the
a
Big
Fortnite
Lebowski
in there
joke was
the Big Lebowski
hilarious, though. But I liked Fat Thor because a lot of times the character arc goes like this. Start off, they're up here, like probably egotistical. Something happens, they go down here, then they make this slow rise, and then they become a better person. And then
which was probably Thor Ragnarok for him.
After that, it's like this. It's small setbacks. But then here, we have another huge conflict where he's almost unrecognizable, and then he's still able to make a bit of a comeback.
And it added a sense of humanity to him, which is great because he is literally a god.
Yeah.
And it was great that they made him, like, he became an alcoholic. Like, all he wanted to do was sit, be depressed, and drink beer.
Brewskis, bro.
Yeah. And it was great how they made his comeback when they went back in time. He saw the people he cared about. And then the part where he called his hammer and it came back to him and he said, I'm still worthy. That was like, spike.
We gotta talk about it.
Yeah, we gotta talk about
Captain America.
Yeah, in the very end battle.
There was a standing ovation when that happened.
That was my favorite. There were so many people who were just started like screaming, clapping in the middle of the theater. It was legitimately
It's just one of those things that we've been waiting to happen.
It made me gasp and it gave me goosebumps, which I like because up until that point, the movie had only done that maybe once, and it was in the very beginning when they killed Thanos, like right off the bat. But
a few notes on the battle scene. I don't know if any of you have seen the Hobbit trilogy, but the last... Well, first of all, just like with... Dog! Odd dog. I'm so distracted, I'm sorry. Whose dog is it?
Oh, we don't know. It kind of comes around here. Don't hit the camera with your tail, please. That would be detrimental.
Hey, bud.
He's kind of slobbering. Daisy, why don't you go home? Daisy, go home. Go on, go home. Go home, Daisy.
Slobber. It's fine.
We'll cut that part here in a minute.
You can't cut the... Put it at the end.
Okay, fine. We'll put it at the end. We'll put it at the end as a blooper reel.
Okay. I think...
Hang on.
And while initially... everyone coming out of the Doctor Strange portals.
The portals was,
and that gave me chills. That gave me goosebumps.
It was pretty.
But
cool.
then the whole extended battle, it was kind of like with the Battle of Wakanda in Infinity War. Sometimes it just seemed a little drawn out. But I guess that's too, when you do such a movie on such a big scale with so many characters in a battle scene, I guess that's bound to happen. And they want to be able to, yes, I know. They want to be able to include every character.
That's amazing. That's the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life. See, I'm going to have to disagree with you a little bit on the final battle because I really appreciated it. Oh, okay, hello.
No.
Okay, leave the camera alone. I really liked the final battle. The final battle, to me, was amazing. It was kind of the end of an era, to be honest, because if you think about it, Iron Man came out in, like, probably what? 2009?
8, 10.
Yeah, no, we'll give it a range of 8 to 10. 2008 to 2010.
Possibly earlier.
Yeah, possibly earlier. But if you think about it, that was really what kicked off the MCU, and Endgame is what ended it.
I just yeeted the fuck out of this.
I thought to have a final battle that brought every character together, all fighting for the greater good. It's their very last chance to save humanity. I thought it was really well done. I genuinely enjoyed every second of it. Up until the very end. Kind of made me sad.
I think that they handled Iron Man's death really well.
They did.
And it was like enough to actually make me like tear up. And and new Iron Man, like after Iron Man 2 is probably my least favorite character in the entire MCU.
His portrayal in Civil War was awful. There's no way. I don't know. That's a different topic.
But
he didn't become very good.
I became sad at that, and I think it's
final,
a heartbreaking moment.
His final "I am Iron Man" and then the snap.
Oh, that
was great.
Oh my gosh.
That was another point in the theater where everybody was awestruck. They jumped up, clapping, going crazy, and then immediately were brought back to their seats in silence when you realize, holy shit, he won.
But he's dying.
But now he's dying.
Dead.
Now he's about to die. And I thought the way that they had first Pepper come up to him, and at first she seemed really sad, and then you see Peter come up to him, and he's kind of been like a dad to Peter. See, you didn't like that part?
No, I don't. It's not that I don't like it. It's just that
tore me
I
up.
was done. Now the ending. I don't know if I like Cap's ending.
Cap's ending is something we really need to talk about because, like I said previously, he went back in time, put all the stones back, and he really got to fulfill his wish. The one thing that he's never understood is modern day, and he always felt like he wasn't meant to be there. And when he was given the chance to go back and live his life like he would have if he hadn't have crashed the plane and gone on ice, I thought it was really good. It was only until the very end when you saw old man Captain America that made me a little upset.
And I don't know. Sometimes it's just the everyone getting what they want. Everyone getting what they want in the end. It's just something that I think it's been done so many times. Everything ends all right. Everyone's happy. I am happy that he gave his shield to Falcon. Part of the thing is, I don't think Bucky would have accepted it. Because he said before, I can't even trust myself.
That is true.
And I don't think even whether he could handle it or not, whether he'd be okay with it or not, he doesn't think that he'd be able to handle it.
But if it wasn't going to go to Bucky like I wish it would have, the next best option and the only feasible option it would have been is definitely Falcon. Because, I mean, even though they weren't together for that long, like they didn't know each other for that long, you could tell that they really trust each other.
Yeah,
they were good friends.
It's your classic, hero sidekick. Overall, what do you think?
On a scale of whack to smack, this is absolutely breaking the smack meter, above and beyond.
It's a decent smack. Is it top 5 Marvel movies for me? No.
It's in my top 2.
For me, it's hard to beat Ragnarok.
Ragnarok's probably my favorite.
Winter Soldier, which I absolutely love
like
that one. That is my favorite. I mean, everything about that movie. The fight scenes are original. The villain is amazing. The soundtrack, the Winter Soldier theme as it comes in. The plot line, it's also a spy thriller just as well as a superhero movie. And Civil War I thought was amazing. I thought it's just hard to beat some of the classic standalones, and it's hard to beat the first Avengers. I think it's a solid smack. It was a good movie. I don't regret going to see it at all. It's a tearjerker. It gives fans what they wanted. I think that's the over. What the fuck just happened with the gnats?
Cutting grass.
Oh, that's the grass.
Yeah.
Oh, it looked like gnats. Anyways, they give fans what they wanted, and they did it well, and you can't ever really be mad at that.
No.
The acting was good. The camera shots were good. Just in general, like all the scenery. A lot of the shots in like outer space, still like Vormir. It's so they make it.
It looks awesome.
It looks amazing. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to rate a solid smack.
I'm going above smack, so that's pretty fair.
As always, my name is Joey Zelli,
And I'm Reese Elder.
and this has been
Two Dudes Do Reviews.
And if you're not whack,
Then snap subscribe.
that's good.
That
We'll
was
take that.
that.
All right.